What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury was on a recent interview with Garrett A. Davis, okay? And he was explaining that a fighter that's inactive is a rusty fighter. A fighter that is a champion, that has championship pedigree. If he sits on the couch too long, he can be beaten by a journeyman, because the journeyman is active and he is not. Therefore, he will lose. Now, he went on and on about, examples of how fighters need to be active. Okay, I think that was the gist of what he was saying. I think he was saying that any fighter, depending on their pedigree or not, has to be active to keep the rust off. I get that, but let's look deeper into it. I think Tyson Fury is a master at mind games. Okay, and I think Tyson Fury knows that he has the momentum. Not saying what he's saying is false, but this is what I feel Tyson Fury's doing. I think Tyson Fury is saying that, hey, I haven't fought in over a year. I need another fight, and since I won't have another fight, I will be rusty. So that puts you, that plants a seed in your mind that, hey, man, Tyson Fury needs another fight before he fights Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua himself is more active because he just had a fight and went 9 rounds. Versus Tyson Fury has not fought since this time last year, this month last year, okay? So he may be in danger. I think what Tyson Fury's doing, and it's two different scenarios. He's giving you a scenario or a narrative that, hey, he is not the freshest fighter, even though he's trained like the Dickens, okay? And he trains every day for his mental illness, okay? But he is not the fresher fighter. He's trying to take the momentum away and give you guys a level of suspense, give you guys a challenge, okay? Take a disadvantage, or supposedly taking a disadvantage away from him by saying he's a rusty fighter. So if he does beat Anthony Joshua, he can then add that to, hey, you know what? I was rusty and out of the ring, and I still beat this kid AJ. That's why I show you how big of a bum he is. Counterpunch. That's what he's doing. He's trying to give people like, hey, think about it. He did it in the first Deontay Wilder fight. He said, oh, my ankle, I hurt my ankle. Remember that? Remember that rumor? My ankle was hurt. Showing up at that fight, that UFC fight, limping. Remember that? Was he limping fight night? No, he was not limping fight night. All he was trying to do is make people think that something was wrong with him, to give a fighter a false sense of confidence. So then when he goes in there, he's, aha, got you, bitch. I ain't hurt at all. There you go. Just like in this fight. I think what he's trying to do is, oh, I'm rusty. I'm ready rusty, man. I'm rusty. And he's telling people that because he wants people to believe that he won't have the upper hand in the fight. That will be more challenging because he's rusty. But being rusty and still beating Anthony Joshua, in his eyes, will be, look, it will be more resistance, right? More suspense, more drama, right? More of a challenge in people's minds, okay? That, hey, this guy can beat anybody despite what's wrong with him. Despite him being over 300 pounds, 400 pounds, and losing all that weight and not being in shape, and still win. Having an ankle injury and not ready and still win. Being overtrained and not fighting for inactivity and still win. You see the pattern with Tyson Fury? That's all this is. Or he's saying that, hey, I'm rusty, and if he does get beat, it's a double-edged sword. If he does get beat, He could always say, hey, you know what? Due to Wilder and his shenanigans and this, that, and the other, or whoever's the reason for it, I didn't fight. I didn't have a fight to keep myself active, and I needed a tune-up. But I will rematch Anthony Joshua, and there you go. You see what I'm saying? Either way, it fits. It's like an adjustable puzzle piece in this situation. That's all it really is. Okay, so when people hear that, oh, well, hey, he needs time, he needs another fighter, to counterpunch that shit, he should have fought Caballero. If his promoters and all that stuff, if they weren't so damn greedy trying to wait him out to get a crowd, they could have fought him in the bubble. They supposed to have a contract to pay the money. So that means ESPN didn't have the money for Tyson Fury, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, to fight? Not likely. Or ESPN said they weren't going to pay for a fight to the likes of Caballero based on the contract that he's already signed for $100 million. People forget he's still under contract with ESPN. But either way, that's his handler's fault. If this is some truth to it, and it is legitimate on what Tyson Fury's saying about or feeling about himself, because he wouldn't say, he wouldn't bring that up if he wasn't applying that to himself. Okay? So if he feels he needs another fight, if he feels that, hey, I'm going to be rusty, shit, he should have fought Caballero. Trial and error. That's what I say at the end of the day. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury saying he's feeling a little rusty and he may lose. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys, then Counterpunch. Peace.